Aloha. Buenos dias. This is Kaypacha with the weekly Pele report. Astrological forecast for December 9th of 2015. I am here at the Dragonfly Village in Bali offering a couple of workshops, and I would just love to show you a little bit of it today because I'm not going too far too fast. I sprained my ankle yesterday, so I don't know so much about exploring the island and climbing volcanoes. I'm kind of recuperating a little bit with this Mars opposite Uranus squaring Pluto all week long. I am sure I am not the only one that is having sudden, unexpected events happening in their life to disrupt some of our plans. The best laid plans of mice and men, yes, are about to be like slightly disturbed and interrupted. Not only this week, but, you know, really on through a little bit more than that. But let's talk about some other things. Yeah, we've got now the moon is coming into a new moon. It's in Scorpio right now today, but tomorrow she goes into Sagittarius, and we have the new moon on Friday, at least over here where I am. Maybe different where you are. Tomorrow the sun squares Chiron. That will again be going on all week, just like Mars opposite Uranus square Pluto is going on all week. And then we have Saturn squaring Neptune all week. I'd say a faster moving transit just may be that this Venus, you know, moving through Scorpio is coming in with a quick little trine, okay, to Neptune on Saturday. So the new moon, I'm going to talk a little bit about that new moon happening over there in Sagittarius. It's at the 20th degree of Sagittarius and pretty highly significant, yeah? I mean, it's squaring Chiron, a new moon in Sagittarius squaring Chiron in Pisces. This is, you know, really something worth considering. And last but not least, you know, Mercury is going into Sagittarius on Friday. So I'm going to like just go up here into the yoga studio here and talk at the camera here with a nice background behind me. Okay, well, I found a nice spot up here, and I would like to know exactly what to say before I turn on that camera, but I never do. First of all, I think I want to correct what I said last week. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. I attributed that to Winston Churchill, but in fact, it was Charles Dickens in A Tale of Two Cities, which is a fantastic book I remember reading in high school. It's totally awesome. I love Dickens. But yeah, so that was the origin. I want to correct that. And then I just want to really move into, these are the best of times and the worst of times. That's going to be a saying that's going to be going on for a while here. I want to give you a little bit of background, first of all, to the Saturn square Neptune, which has been building for the past, you know, month or so. It's exact now. And then Saturn moves onward and upward and beyond into, like, you know, 16 degrees of Sag, and it goes retrograde and it comes back. And from July to September, it comes back and stations right exactly square Neptune. So June, July, August, it's going to be at least 3 months. And so it's like now is kind of a seed. It's like the birth. It's like Saturn transits are usually like 9-month pregnancies where the seed is sown. The issue is kind of, you know, brought to the surface. The obstacle or the hindrance or the need for growth, the new duty, the new responsibility, Saturn, okay, comes in and it aspects something. You want to look and see what you've got between 9, 10, 11 degrees of the, particularly the mutable signs. Yes, and the mutable signs are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. You're having this Saturn square Neptune very powerfully for the next 9 months. And it's really coming in very strongly now. And then it's going to, like I say, come back again next June, July, and August. And so this is an aspect that has to do with really, in a way, transcending our personal, individual, egoic needs in order to serve, heal, and raise the vibration, frequency, consciousness of the collective. Neptune is the collective unconscious. And Saturn comes in and says, you know what? We're all part of this. We all have a responsibility to each other, for each other, about each other. It reminds me of that Bob Dylan song, you know, you're going to have to serve somebody. So this is a real time, and it's moving through Sagittarius, which is modifying, restructuring, altering, you know, our beliefs. And our beliefs is around, you know, really, what is reality? What is our purpose in life? What is the meaning of our existence? And to expand our consciousness, it's really powerful to have this squaring to Neptune. And this week right now, the Sun squaring Chiron in Pisces. It's like part of the meaning or part of this expansion of consciousness is, oh my God, you know, it's like my purpose and the meaning of my existence necessarily includes everybody else, the collective, the whole planet, Gaia, the whole universe. I am part of a larger matrix. It's not just about me. And then this is very interesting to have going on exactly at the same time as this Mars comes around. It's squared Pluto. Okay, now it's opposing Uranus. Well, Mars, Mars is I, me, my. I desire, I want, okay, to be first. I want to get, I want to grab, I want to start, I want to penetrate, I want to pioneer. You know, it's like I want. It's very much, okay, the animal in us, the I, or the ego, that, you know, this part of us that, you know, is about, you know, surviving and, you know, succeeding and winning, and it's competitive and blah, 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 blah. And it's opposite Uranus. And Uranus is the desire to individuate. I'm an individual. I am unique. You know, I am, you know, from the future. I am a prophet. You know, I'm a messiah. I am like, you know, I'm enlightened. I'm, you know, I'm awakened. And so like when Mars comes into this opposition with Uranus, we can have surprising, shocking experiences that push us out of lethargy, out of, you know, passive modes of acceptance or victimization, into, hey, you got to do something. You got to make something unique, something special out of your life, out of yourself, out of your job, out of your relationship. It's like, you know, this is time to, you know, experiment and get into, you know, reinventing yourself. So the only thing that when I see these, you know, these coming on at the same time, and even after Mars goes on, Mars is moving pretty quickly. Black Moon Lilith is going to be here for like the whole rest of the month of December. She's at 11 degrees now. She's coming up. She's really in square to Pluto now, opposite Uranus now, and maybe I'll talk about that more next week. But this Black Moon Lilith is our Kundalini, wild energy within us, and this Mars Lilith, you know, joining together. The wind comes up, it's like wild. Life is wild. So we're reinventing ourselves. But what that's happening is, if it's happening at the same time as Saturn square Neptune, it's like part of my new self, part of my reinventing myself, part of my being original and progressive and bringing in this age of Aquarius, is there's this new ingredient that I need to add to my meaning and my purpose and the bigger picture of my life, is that it's not just about me and it's not just about my ego. We are collectively coming more and more, like I spoke of last week, into this higher frequency of collective consciousness where we can begin to connect with each other without the internet, yeah, without Facebook, but in that psychic matrix realm of, you know, a higher dimensional frequency. And so this reinventing of ourselves is very exciting, but it's also very what? It's like, it can be shocking, because if we stay or remain or resist the evolutionary growth, the evolutionary intention of our own unconscious soul, which is the vast majority of our consciousness, we are 90% unconscious. So 90% of us wants to evolve and expand our identity. But all of our socio-cultural, religious conditioning, you know, that is based on materialism and based on the ego and appearances and how much money I've got and how old I am and what my body looks like and, you know, you know, what kind of car I'm driving and, you know, how I'm looking and everything. This ego that lives in separation, if we identify ourselves as that, with that, I'm just my body and my bank account and, you know, like what I've got here in this dimension, in this world that's material in space and time, then we get shocks, we get kicks in the ass, we get knocked in the face, we get slapped over, yeah? You know, we get fired, you know, our partner leaves us, you know, we trip and fall, you know, and end up in the hospital to, like, contemplate something. You know, we need to, like, slow down a little bit. We still got Jupiter in the North Node in Virgo. You know, this is a real time where you may end up, you know, dealing with some type of health issue or health problem that is your unconscious wanting you to, like, slow down or reflect, or, you know, like, get laid up, you know, so that you can, like, not be so distracted with all of your actions and accomplishments and outside world, but go into the inner reality. The inner reality. This is what the Sagittarius is about. And in that inner reality, we can connect with our higher reality, and we can move into our infinite self that's connected with everybody else, and then we don't get so messed up and so messed around, and we don't need the knocks to remind us. So, you know, this is, like I say, this is a time where a lot of people can be, you know, getting shocked and getting, you know, not so nice things happening. But the message behind all of that is to get out of your selfishness, get out of your self-centeredness, get out of your ego that's based in separation, and begin to serve, sacrifice, give, and feel the compassion, and feel the love, and feel the unity of the oneness of all creation with and through your brothers and your sisters. It's really with each other, yeah? We are the human family, and we're coming more and more and more into needing to awaken to that, to realize that, and to start building those relationships in a more harmonious, you know, Black Moon Lilith in Libra, Mars in Libra. Let's try to have a little less confrontation and more harmony and balance and equality in our partnerships. Hello? So, the mantra for this week is the magical mystery of spirit is that it descends from above. When I let go of my personal needs and desire to serve with love. When I think about it, you know, this Mars opposite Uranus, and even with the square to Pluto, that's invention. And if you think of scientific inventions and you think of scientists and everything, are they thinking about, you know, their personal life, their orgasm, their financial this and that and the other? When Edison, you know, when we discovered electricity, or when Tesla did his experiments, or when Einstein came up with his theories, you know, and artists are painting their magical paintings, and musicians are designing, or, you know, composing symphonies. Are they, like, caught in their ego? You know, if you really think of it, when you're being creative, when you're giving, you're serving, You're expanding. You're not caught up in I, me, my, and what's going to happen to me, and my bank account, and my car, and my house, and my relationship, and my future, and I, me, my. So, like I'm saying, this next 9 months, a lot of this 2016, Saturn squares Neptune all frickin' year. Jupiter is in Virgo, the sign of service. I'm going to be like bringing this up like with every frickin' Pele report. This is a time where the gifts of health and healing and love are going to be dispersed, yes, magically to the light workers, the love workers, the people that are really building community, relationship, and interconnection on every chakra, on every dimension, on every frequency, on every plane. Oh, yeah. Okay. So get into those meditative states. I'll meet you out there in the astral plane, and we'll start building this grid together, surrounding Gaia with a cosmic love vibration where we are really healing each other and the planet. One more time. The magical mystery of spirit is that it descends from above. When I let go of my personal needs and desire to serve with love. May you give the love, share the love, receive the love, feel the love. Namaste. Aloha. So much love.